your smokes, news and weather, music and jokes. See on the porch in my favorite house coat, it's the Sarah Beth Terry Show. She's a feral Christian out in the wild, the cigarette mom with a queen bee style, talking or singing about somebody you know. It's the Sarah Beth Terry,
What?
the Sarah Beth Terry,
Who?
it's the Sarah Beth Terry Show.
I know her.
I'm Sarah Beth Terry, and you're not.
Welcome to the porch. It is Wednesday, June the 3rd, and here's your top headlines in the world. Iranian drone strikes reportedly hit Kuwait's main airport. Did you know this? Killing at least one person, raising fears that the Iran conflict could spread across the Gulf. Oh my God, it's 1991 all over again. Ollie North, where's he at when we need him? U.S.-Iran tensions remain high despite ongoing ceasefire discussions. Okay, let me tell you a little secret about discussions. Talking about something and doing something, two totally different things. You can talk about quitting all you want until I actually see you put down your guns, shake hands, and everybody get along. I think what everybody's really screwed up about with Israel, Israel wasn't a country until after World War II. Do you realize this? That's not the original promised land. The actual original promised land is in Iran, and Saddam Hussein rebuilt the entire kingdom as a replica. They've showed it on Ancient Aliens. They've showed it on Genesis history. They've shown it on Mysteries at the Museum. There wouldn't be this much research on it had it not been true. So all y'all getting your panties in a wad about a country that's been around less time than my grandmother. It's not about the country. Israel is a tribe of people. It was the people of Jacob. It was the Hebrew people. Not a country, a people. So, whatever. God, I'm so tired of everybody confusing geography with religion. President Trump acknowledged a heated exchange with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu over the Iran conflict, probably because he said, go fuck off in your corner, you're not helping anything. And also, we don't even need a prime minister over there because you're not, you shut up. I got accused of being anti-Semitic the other day. No, I'm not anti-Semitic, I'm anti-Israel. I love God's people. I love the Jewish faith. I love the Hebrews. I've read the Old Testament so many times that I could quote places in the Bible that you've never heard about. That's not the same as a country that's been formed since the 40s. Just letting you know. That's not the same. Giving it that kind of power is what's fucking us up. So, just giving you a heads up. Everybody's like, you're going to get in trouble. You can't cancel me. I'm not anybody. It's hard to cancel somebody that you don't fucking know. All right, number 4, global energy markets continue reacting to instability, word that I can't say today, in the Middle East. Well, no kidding. Is gas going up? Is gas going down? Are we going to shoot them or are we not going to shoot them? Are we going to give them a nuclear weapon or take a nuclear weapon? Are we fuck around, find out? So, concerns growing over shipping and oil transport through the strategic Gulf waterways. We're not talking about of America. We're talking about the Strait of Hormuz and the Persian one over there. They're sending empty oil tankers to America, and I'm like, got to figure some stuff out. It's funny to me that everything rolls downhill and no one can see how they're connected. Why is gas so high? We've got oil. Because we don't use our oil. We sell it to other people, and then we see. This is the world economy. Truthfully, there's so much natural gas and petroleum under the United States that we'd never have to ask anybody else for nothing else as long as we live. But that makes her a really bad playground bully, don't it? So, learn your politics and learn your economics because they're hand in hand. Blows my mind the people that didn't graduate high school. Okay, humanitarian organizations are monitoring civilian impacts from the conflict, probably because the United Nations is flat out of money as of the end of the month and there's nowhere for them to do anything. You remember that story about the boy who cried wolf? You cry so many times that when a wolf, a big supersonic, giant, human engineered wolf shows up, we're like, it's probably not a real wolf. Does any of this sound familiar? Or did we all learn this in school? The United Nations, speaking of, is emphasizing international cooperation on environmental and developmental goals. They don't have a lot of room to talk right now because they ain't got 2 pennies to rub together. I think I might have more money in my bank account than the United Nations does right now. And that's not saying anything. Security analysts warn of a broader regional consequence if tensions escalate further. Oh no, you mean that war might spread out in other countries if we don't figure it out? That usually be the case. Okay, United States headlines today. The House approved a resolution seeking a halt to U.S. military action against Iran. Cool. Follow the money. When you're wondering how people's voting, follow the money. If you're wondering where their loyalties lie, follow the money. If you wonder why everybody's losing their shit over nothing, follow the money. I don't understand how this is news. Okay. The Trump administration proposed a broad new tariff package affecting major trading partners. Yeah, because people we normally get tariffs from can't get their shit through the Strait of Hormuz right now because of the tensions in Iran, because they can't have a nuclear weapon. So we're probably going to charge other people that we have to get products from a tariff to get them into the United States because people refuse to buy and work and shop American. Is any of this, y'all taking notes yet? All right. Several key primary election ballots remain under review and counting. As last I checked, Spencer Pratt was fixing to win the mayorship out in L.A., and that's cracking me up that you know. They're all throwing a fit over Spencer Pratt. Arnold Schwarzenegger was your governor. Ronald Reagan was your governor. 2 movie stars. And you're really worried about a reality star being a mayor? I'm more worried about the socialist that's running New York. You know, if Spencer Pratt's got some pretty good ideas and he's got a pretty good fan base, he's got a bigger platform than most politicians I know. If he's using that for good to make his city better, go Spencer. If it's going to move out some of the riffraff that's, I'm leaving LA if he becomes mayor. Well, you also were going to leave the country when Trump became president and you're still drawing our breath and you're still paying taxes here. So I don't know, shit or get off the pot, Jennifer Aniston. I don't know what the hell you want us to say at this point. Crying wolf again. New executive orders were signed at the White House today. I bet they were signed in person with a real pen, which is something that we haven't been used to in the last administration. So get excited about it. I'd love to have one of those ink pens. I really would. Oh, and while we're on the subject, if anybody knows anybody that's controlling the 250 celebration, I volunteer as tribute. I will come sing the Charlie song. I'll even sing Independence Day. Don't care. I'll sing Proud to be an American, riding a horse, holding an American flag. I've seen me fucking do it. Tag me in. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play today. All right. New Department of Justice announced Model City Initiative. You know as much about that as I do, and that's all the headline says. I think they want us to look it up. Model City Initiative. Didn't we do this during the World's Fair? I don't know. Is this wrong? The economic analysts are assessing the impact of potential new tariffs. We might end up with more money. What will we bitch about then? Grace, you made it back. There you go. Welcome back. She was worried. She sent me this. She's like, I can't get on your page. I'm like, oh, God. Here's a life jacket. Come on. Get on the porch. Universities across the country are beginning commencement season for the class of 2026. So, just so you know, you'll see a bunch of people out and about. Have a little grace. They're going out into the world the first time. If you ever see a bird leave the nest the first time, it's going to flop on the ground a couple times and might get ate by a hawk. We have to look out for our graduates, especially since most of them spent the better part of their adolescence confined indoors like a prisoner. So have a little grace as commencement weekend is coming up for a lot of people in the high schools and the colleges and things around here. This is their first time partying with their real friends. This is their first time getting their foot out in the real world. You remember what it was like when you got your first taste of freedom? Have a little bit of grace. Remind them to don't drink and drive, give them a ride home, have them a safe number that they can call should they get in trouble. Look out for each other. That's how we make it to the next level. Federal agencies continue monitoring Middle East developments and their domestic impacts. All of the headlines revolve around the fact that we want them to put down their nuclear weapons. They don't want to. We're going to shoot them till they do. Until they come up with a resolution, we all have to pay for it. You remember when one guy would show up late from recess and everybody would have to write statements? Kind of the same deal. Once we all get our ducks in a row, we can go on to the next level. You would think the things that are so basically elementary that you learned in kindergarten would apply to today. It's all high school. It's all high school. Everything is high school. They're not teaching you how to think. They're not teaching you how to feel. They're not teaching you how to innovate. They're teaching you how to follow directions, sit in a box for 8 hours, and do what you're told by somebody who makes a little more money than you. It's all high school till the day you die. Those people don't like you. These people are going to talk about you. These people don't think you're cool. You can't sit at this table. Oh, my God, did she wear that? Oh, my gosh, shoes. It's high school. I graduated high school 25 years ago today. I don't need to go back. I ain't worried if you're the cool kid. I ain't worried if you're the class president. I don't worry if you're the class clown. I don't worry if you're the fuck up. I don't worry if you're the brown noser. I don't worry if you're the teacher's pet or sleeping with the football coach or getting pregnant and I don't care. I graduated. So therefore, I don't treat it like that. Maybe you should graduate too. But while they are graduating this weekend, be nice. What is it, dear?
Got 130 people on the porch right now. A lot of people sounding off where they're from. Got everybody from someone on the porch in New York City to Spokane.
New York City?
Spokane, Washington.
Kansas.
Oregon, Virginia, Kentucky, Arkansas, Ohio.
It's a big damn porch.
Uh-huh. Another Washington.
The porch is getting bigger.
Kansas.
Kansas. You know, I spent a little time living in Kansas in Fort Riley when I was a kid. Manhattan, Aggieville, Junction City. That's where I was for a long time until we moved back east, and I made my husband take me all the way across Kansas to find the one little house that I took my first steps in, and I took pictures, and I stole a brick off the porch because nobody lived there anymore. But when I walked down that street, I was like, oh my God, I remember this. He's like, there's no way you remember this. I was like, I remember this street. I thought I dreamed it. Whew. Love for Kansas. I always thought secretly that I was Dorothy Gill from Kansas, but I'm Sarah Beth Terry from Kentucky who once lived in Kansas. Seminole, Oklahoma, what's up? Hi from Idaho, just across the river in Polka. Jen, why have we not get together in real life and gone to the Goodwill? Hello? We can make real life porch friends. Holler. Kansas City, Kansas, not to be confused with Kansas City, Missouri. Hi, Carolina, what's going on? Hey, Amy in Kentucky. Washington State, Sharon's here. Hello, Richmond, Virginia, but your heart's still in West Virginia. Get us a show in Richmond, Christina, and I'll bring you some pepperoni rolls. Does that sound like a trade? Syracuse, what's up? I had a friend in Rochester and in Oswego. Is that near that? I need to look at maps better. I didn't know a lot of places in West Virginia until I moved here, and I'm like, we were watching the weather the other night, and I went, oh. Sean goes, what? I said, Beckley is not where I thought it was. I'm still learning my geography here, so. Hey, Larry, see, I got Love Jesus and America too. A little Tom Petty reference, a little Trump reference. Let's piss off everybody at one time. In politics, the House passed the Iran war power resolution in a significant rebuke to President Trump. Why have a president if he's not in charge? We want you to lead things, but we want you to lead things the way that we want you to lead things. We want you to do things the way we want you to do. We want you to say things. We want you to. That's exactly what I think about that. Congressional leaders continue discussions on military authority and oversight. Okay, here's a little question. If just by shits and giggles, Iran bombs us today, would you not want the person in charge of our country to say, okay, we're going to hit them back and we're going to hit them hard right now? Or do you want to wait for 2 weeks for Congress to get together from their vacations in Costa Rica to come back, hem-haw around with their lobbyists, stick their head up their ass for another week and a half, have a filibuster, have a vote that doesn't count, shut down for another week and a half, and by then, we're all living on pork and beans because you've taken all the power from the executive branch of the government. You better hope we never actually have a situation where we're going to have a think quick and act fast moment because y'all just screwed it up. You screwed it up. Finish it. It's like, you remember, what was that ultimate street fighting that we all played when we were kids? Finish him. That's what, just finish it. I'm over it. I'm over it. I don't care if it's Iran, Iraq, erased. I don't care. Fuck with us, we're going to fuck with you back. And if we don't finish it the first time, fool me once. You know, I'm so tired of all of us arguing over something that y'all can't find on a map. Vote better, my God. U.S.-Israel relations are under scrutiny following reported disagreements over the Iran strategy. I told you this. Trump said, if you're not going to help, then go over there and sit in the corner and twiddle your thumbs. Israel, as a country, is the largest bank in the world. That's what it is. It's a bank masquerading as a country that wasn't formed until after World War II. That's not even an opinion. That's facts. Mortal Kombat. Yes, Christina, that was it. Finish him. Not Ultimate Street Fighter. Mortal Kombat. Thank you. Thank you. I knew that my 80s kids would come through on me on that one. I remember it was finish him. That's what I feel like we should play at the news every night. Thank you. Thank you for telling me that it was Mortal Kombat. Because I knew it in my head. The words wouldn't. There it is, Mortal Kombat. Let's move on to entertainment. Kristen Bell revealed a behind-the-scenes look at recording for Sonic the Hedgehog 4. We can't invent anything new, so we just keep making sequels. But I love that Kristen Bell. I think she's adorable. The 25th anniversary of the Tribeca Festival opens in New York, which means that it started the same year that I graduated high school. I bet they have a better turnout than our class reunion. I hope they do. The sci-fi horror film Backrooms continues strong box office momentum. It's basically disrupting the entire George Lucas empire right now. Hollywood's 2026 television premiere calendar continues filling up. Get so excited. Everything's coming on Netflix, Apple TV, Amazon, and Hulu. And if you've not subscribed yet, then what are you waiting for? Because that's the only way that you can watch TV now, because no one really watches regular TV. If I have to watch TV with commercials, I get so mad. But I understand now that we've all got off of streaming on a television set where it's coming from one direct box and now it's coming from a big thing. And they're like, oh, you're in this neck of the woods. Let's give you a commercial about Best Virginia Heat and Air. I doubt that that's playing in Oklahoma during the middle of Designing Women on Hulu. But, you know, I get it. We have to have commercials. Those pay the bills. I just am so tired of the fact that we went to streaming to get away from commercials and now we have, it's commerce. It's just the way it is. Hello. Joy said her son quit playing Mortal Kombat with you because you always beat him. Of course you did. We're quicker. Finish him. Timothy Chalamet is among the entertainment figures receiving attention this week. I love his name. Timothy Chalamet. I don't know what he's doing, but I like saying his name. Celebrity news and reality television continue dominating entertainment coverage. Is that not all there is in entertainment? Is celebrity news and reality TV? Is there other things in entertainment that we don't know about? Are they bringing back puppets? Those are not stories. Those aren't even headlines. Those are just redundant things that they say in the news. We've had some severe weather and some flooding concerns. It's starting to dwindle out and dry out now that it's been warm this week, but we finally got over it. News stories highlight migration and community life across the region. They're moving in data centers. People want to move out. It's the same thing that happened with the Rust Belt, the Corn Belt, the Coal Belt, the Bible Belt, whatever. Recovery and addiction support programs continue expanding in several communities. You know, a way that we could get rid of recovery programs, legalize marijuana and stop force feeding people opioids. Then you wouldn't have to open up a recovery center every time that you open up a liquor store because there would be no need. Just a thought. I know that Andy Bashir has now widened the medical marijuana qualifications, and now there's 11 more things that you can get medical marijuana for. Life. That's what you need medical marijuana for. In general, life. You're going to need something to get through it. If you would just recreationalize it, then all of your people would stop going across the river to Ohio and giving them our money for their commerce, and they're building better roads, and they're building better schools, and they're building better hospitals, because they understand that people are going to buy it. You might as well make the money off of it. And I have learned this after 27 years of smoking marijuana. I've never been in prison. I don't have any illegitimate children. You've never had to bail me out. You've never had to pick me up at the rehab, the hospital, the overdose, or the funeral. Lots to be said about marijuana. You might not like the way I talk. You might not like the way I smell. You might not like the way I cough. But I'm still alive to do it. That's the only argument I need. West Virginia and Kentucky organizations continue emphasizing community resilience initiatives. Great. Take pride in your community, do something about it, or else they're going to buy it. You've got a bone to pick with your deceiving self. Why are you on my porch? Julian, get off my porch. Promote sin? No. You worry about your habits and clean your own house. Y'all clean the porch. If you don't like what I have to say, you're welcome to sit on your own porch. But you're not going to tell me what I can say on my porch, because I'm still in America. So, a new Nashville-based country label, Orinda, launched under Go Digital Music. First I've heard of it, but pretty excited about it. Congratulations. Lainey Wilson's touring team was among the big winners at the CMA Touring Awards. Julian, I'm going to say it again. Get off my porch. I will write a song about you and make an example of you and make a 15-minute comedy bit and make my rent money off of it. Get off the porch. I'm not promoting sin. I promote the love of God and real truth and real community. If you don't like the fact that I'm smoking a cigarette while I say it, take that up with somebody else. You don't want me to make an example of you, darling. It will not end well for you. Garth Brooks is reportedly exploring a massive catalog sale, probably because he's never released any of it to streaming, and now he realizes that none of us have CD players anymore, so he's going to make his money somehow. Babe, you need to get on here and block this Julian David Gonzalez Jr. who is mouthing off and causing a lot of shit on my porch. Can you do that for me real quick? We need to clean the porch. I appreciate your unique point of view. We will take it into consideration. However, do not let the door hit you in the ass as you leave. Oh, where's my xylophone? I need to announce his departure. Randy Travis received new recognition in Tennessee music history. So excited that his last ride with, he's doing some more stuff this week, doing 25 dates where he's doing a non-speaking role. His band's still going to go out and do all these hits. I'm so excited. Randy Travis, I love him. I hate that he's in the shape that he's in. Independent and Appalachian artists continue gaining traction. Yeah. Because you finally want to hear some stories that you ain't heard yet. So, you know, that's what we know today in country music. Ella's still rocking the charts. She played at the Ryman with Ernest the other night. They did an awesome job. We're still praying for Bill Cody and his recovery. We're praying for our buddy Ray Scott, who's had a bad case of diverticulitis this week. Praying for our buddy Cletus T, who's got kidney stones. So, always somebody that's got it worse than you and dealing with a little bit of pain. So, when you're talking to the man upstairs, just mention your friends that we talked about just then. God likes to come where he's invited. He won't go where he's not invited. Julian, I'm going to pray for you because you seem to have the demon of destruction in you. For you not to like me, you sure have a lot to say to me. And for you not to want to talk to anybody on my porch, you're still talking to all my people on the porch. This is what I don't understand, is the hypocrisy. I don't care if you like me or not. Your opinion of me really ain't none of my fucking business. Grace, thank you so much for asking. He looks like he's been beat up, but he's doing all right. Thank God he's still on this side of the ground. His face is a little rough for the wear, but he did stop that guardrail with his face, so, you know. But he is up and walking. He is up and mobile and just got some road rash, you know. But I think that Daddy's finally done riding. It's dangerous, especially this day and age when people blow their grass up on the road and people don't look out for people and there's gravel everywhere. And we used to take better care of the roads, and it's real hard on people that ride on two wheels. But thank you for praying for my daddy. I sure do appreciate it. Man, I love to be called names by people that don't know me. That's so awesome. He's just mouthing off as hard as he can. I'm like, well, leave. If you don't like it, then go home. No one's forcing you to be here. That was cat food. Thank you. Thank you for liking my flowers. Did you see my citronella plant is like now coming into the shot? It is so big. I started out, it was this big. It's a little tiny baby. And today I bought dirt. I think y'all saw that this morning. So I bought dirt this morning and I spread up my pepper plants because I had too many of them in one box, and that, you know, you can't crowd up like that. They'll never fruit. Julian's looking for fruits. Okay, here's fruits. I started a feral Christian Bible study. We have almost 30,000 people a week that watch it. I have 6 people on my porch in real life every week, and I lead a real Bible study. I've given away almost 100 Bibles. I pray with people in public. I compliment people in public. I share the love of God wherever I go. What are you doing today for the kingdom? I'm waiting. What are you doing? Because I talk to God on the reg, and he's never told me about you, and I've never read about you in his book. So if you know something I don't, by all means. If not, get behind me, Satan. Hope y'all have your umbrellas. Your dumbrellas. Thank you, Morgan. I had to take a little break today and take a nap because I think I got a little bit of sun poisoning. Was outside a little. I got too hot, and then I got real sick to my stomach. It's like, oh, I should go inside before I get the sunstroke. I forget that I'm not as young as I used to be. And I get out there and I get to work and I get hot and I'm like, I got to finish. And I'm like, I might need to take a break. So it's okay. It'd be fun. Grace, let's get in touch, baby. I'd love to send you one. I just got a whole new mess of Bibles to donate. And they're not brand new. They're gently loved. Some of them are really loved. But if you need a Bible, I go and save them. So if people are donating, if they're at Goodwill, or if I find them on sale, I literally will go buy them. And then that way, if you need one, I can get you one. A lady stopped by the other day. We sat on this porch and talked for 35 minutes. She had never talked to God before. We talked to him together. I introduced her. She said, I would like to read the Bible, but I don't understand it. And I said, let me get you my copy. It's a little easier to understand. I can't understand the King James, thee, thy, thou, the contemporary English seems to be a little easier for me to understand. So we shared that together. And I don't think that we're supposed to brag about our fruits, are we? I think me having to tell you about it, I think that defeats the whole purpose. I think that you're supposed to be in the highways and the hedges and doing the work of God without a spotlight. So I'm sorry that I'm not out here with $1 million in my hand going, we're going to pay for everybody at Walmart. No, that's not what the love of God's about. The love of God is about starting where you are. Community starts at home. Help your neighbor, help your friends, help your block, help your city, help your street, help your community, help your neighborhood, help your state, help your region. Change the world if you can, but it starts with you. So, it's like Leona Sue said, we ain't 25 anymore, but that's okay. I've got wisdom highlights. And today, I used my 42-year-old card, and I used it well. I walked into Home Depot, and I said, are any of these little strapping boys in a hurry to work today? And she goes, what do you need? I said, 25 bags of topsoil. She goes, on it. And she grabbed her little cocktail. She said, I have a really pretty lady here that needs 25 bags of topsoil. Can y'all come help me out? 2 little boys showed up immediately, like they manifested. They're like reparked. And I'm like, there's still good people in the world that didn't make me have to haul this stuff by myself. So thank you to Noah and Jessica at the Home Depot in Toast Valley for being awesome today. It's really nice to talk to people that were willing to help me with my project. So thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you, Grace. I like my Bible. It's easy to understand. A lot of people were like, well, you need to cross-reference with the King James. I do. I have a parallel Bible that I read the contemporary English, the NIV, the CEB, and the King James in. So I make sure I get the entire, I learned this from my parents. If mom says something, Shirley has fallen at church. Okay. Then I talked to Granny. Shirley fell at church, but she fell in the parking lot. Because she fell, okay. She didn't fall at church. She fell down at the house on her way to church. You see what I'm saying? Like, you have to, so the whole premise is that Shirley fell. Let's see how Shirley is. You see what I'm saying? Like, I like to translate and make sure that I understand the entire message, not just one version of it. Like, that's why I read all kinds of news sources. That's why I listen to all kinds of music. It's why I read 3 or 4 different versions of the Bible. I want to be well informed on what I'm talking about. Therefore, I don't lead thee astray. God forbid that you get on my porch thinking that I'm Jimmy Swaggart. No. I'm a feral Christian. I'm a cigarette mom. I'm a queen bee. I'm a country music singer, comedian, chief cook, and bottle washer. If it stands still long enough, I'll play it or plant it. That's what I do. If you don't like that, I don't know why you're on my porch. Bonnie, I have a contemporary English version Bible. It's called The Message. I got it on Amazon on sale the other day for the graduation special, and I think I got it for like, what was it, $26 maybe? It's like $6 or $7 off. Worth it for a version of the Word of God that I can understand and practically put to my life. I have tried the NAS. That one's also good as well. I don't have really a Bible that I don't like. People learn in different ways. So that's why I look at it that way. I don't like churches that say you can only believe this Bible, you can only believe this version of the Bible, you can only believe this translation of the Bible. No, because you go back to the Nicene Council, you go back to King James, you go back to Constantinople, you go back a little further in your history, you realize they left a lot of shit out because they were trying to control a population that was rising up against the Roman Empire. So, if you take things into context historically, you might want to read a couple versions of the Bible because some things they left out so that you wouldn't start a revolution. Kind of hard to make everybody do what you want them to if they know all the information, isn't it? Is that right? What was it that Wes said today? I use AI as a tool, not a tool who uses AI. I was like, you get it. You get it. Thank you so much, Tabitha. I hope I'm saying that. Is it Tabitha or Tabithia? It's beautiful either way. Thanks for watching, being here on the porch. So excited. That's mine. You got to get all the word, not just pieces of it. You can't cherry pick your Bible. That's one of the things that bothers me the most about today's church is that they're like, okay, we don't sin like them. We're better than them. We sin like this, and this is okay. Sin is sin. You go to hell the same for lying as you do for killing somebody. Sin is sin. It can be forgiven under the grace of God if you give your life to Christ. Regardless. Not for you to judge, is it? We don't know what's going to make the final cut till we get there. But in the meantime, I'm doing everything I can to make sure that my points are a little higher than they need to be. I take care of animals. I take care of strangers. I compliment just random people on the street. Not for my own. I don't do it for me. I do it because you're supposed to be nice to people. And if you got something nice to say, then spread joy. Speak life. Speak love. We got a Bible study tomorrow night. Very excited about that. Glad to have you on board for it. But I am very excited. I got my peppers transplanted today. Sean's like, how many plants did you buy? I was like, I didn't. I transplanted. I had too many peppers in one box. And everybody knows that they'll choke each other out. So you got to be careful about that stuff. Jerry, there you are. You understand. You know why I named my dog that. I love Tom T. Me and Jesus got our own thing going. Me and Jesus got it all worked out. Your relationship with God is between you and God. But if it's a really good relationship, other people will know about it. Same way with any relationship. You gonna hide it? If it's a good relationship, why are you hiding it? If you're embarrassed about it, why are you hiding it? You see what I'm saying? Like, I didn't hide Sean when I was in a relationship with him. I put him right on my Facebook. Tagged him. People will know God through you, through the way that you act. You can get there your way and I'll get there mine. How about that? I like to think that I'm in good company because Paul got his rear end handed to him all the time. They called him crazy. They called him blasphemous. They called him a zealot. They called him a Pharisee. Still doing his work. Still preaching the message. Still talking to people that need to hear it. Even Jesus said, if they don't accept your word or the good news in the town that you're at, shake the dust off your feet and move on. Do not beg them for acceptance. Do not beg them to validate you. Don't throw your pearls before swine. Go to where you're appreciated. Just saying. The bottle of water is 50 cents at the Dollar Tree. It's $9 on an airplane. Go to where you're appreciated. You can't change the whole world. You can change how you are in the world. You can change how you react to the world. And that really is what grace is all about. So, Chad, you're always welcome right back up. The thing about it is it's just like Mario Brothers. You screw up a level, you can start again. Everybody thinks that they fall short. God's waiting for that. He knows this. He literally has 66 books in the Bible of people that met him face to face and still messed it up. Believe it or not, grace is a big thing with God. There's a whole song about it, Amazing Grace. He understands that we're trying our best, that we're human, that there's going to be temptations, there's going to be pitfalls, there's going to be stumbling blocks, there's going to be days where we absolutely fail. Not one is without sin. All of us fall short of the glory of God. All of us, every single day. What I can do is take every situation that I find myself in, trying to be mindful, trying to be graceful, trying to be godly, and go, how should I approach this as a woman of Christ? Not as Sarah Beth Terry who's pissed off. Because I'm telling you, my attitude has changed quite a bit in the last 5 years. I would hit you first and ask questions later. Now I'm going to pray for you and ask you what your problem is, and should we figure it out together? I'm still rough around the edges. I'm still a feral Christian, but I'm, whew, I'm the PG version now compared. In my opinion, there might be somebody on my porch that don't know God. Never heard about him or have heard about him and just think that he's some big tyrant in the sky that's throwing lightning bolts of cancer at people because he doesn't like us. That's not who he is. You need to read Job. I'm going to suggest you start with Job. The devil pulled this shit on Job, and Job never would curse God over it. And I was talking to a preacher friend of mine the other day. We were discussing Job, and he said, what's really funny to me is that God and the devil were fighting over Job's, loyalty, basically. He's like, there's nothing you can do that's going to get him to curse God. The devil's like, well, give me a world. And he's like, well, just, don't kill him and don't kill his wife. He said, have you noticed that? Took everything from him, but he left that nagging wife. And I said, you see it that way. As a woman, I see it as you have to have a partner. You have to have somebody to help you through this. You cannot do it by yourself. It even says in the Bible, it is not good for man to be alone. You have to have help. You have to have a partner. You have to have a community. You have to have your 3 and 30. Read about King David and his 3 and 30. You can't do it by yourself. So he created a helpmate. In the book of Job, everything was taken from him. His flock, his family, his house, his wealth, his children, his reputation, his health. He still lived to tell the tale, and his wife was right there standing beside him. A lot to be said about Job's wife. So, Job's wife even tried to get him to curse Jesus at that point. I remember that, Beth, but remember, the Lord works in a lot of ways. A lot of people don't realize that. God gives the test long before he gives the lesson. And there's been times even in your own relationship when you're like, is this what God has set us on the path to do together? Sometimes you're not with the right person. Sometimes you're with the right person and you're on the wrong path. Sometimes you haven't met your person yet. Sometimes you've met your person and you've both fallen away from God and you need to come back together. Pray with your spouse. Pray with your partner. And I don't mean hold hands and bow your head and not say a word. I mean actually talk like your child is calling you from camp. Fight over the speakerphone. Talk to God together. Me and Sean talk to God together. Pray with your spouse. Pray with your family. Pray over your family. I pray all the time, every day. I'm always, if I'm talking to God, usually. I was out in the yard a while ago, and my neighbor said, did you holler at me? I said, no, I'm sorry, I was just talking to God. He said, okay, carry on. God loves to go where he's invited. He goes to the store with me. He goes to the Kroger with me. He went to the greenhouse with me today. He's out there in the yard. I talked to him about, hey, I got these plants. Sure be nice if I had some rain, Lord. I know he's going to take care of it. I'll do my part, and I know he'll do his part. You'll miss me when I'm gone to North Carolina. I'll still do my lives. I'll just be on a different porch. I don't miss a chance to talk to y'all. We just take you on the road with us. That's why we're mobile. But if you're going to be in North Carolina on Saturday, it's going to be awesome. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Brand new songs, brand new stories, brand new venue. I'm so excited. I've never got to, this is my first time playing North Carolina. I'm very excited about it. So, hi, Junie. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Sherry. Good to see you. Glad you're here. I swear people just get their panties in a wad. Like, buddy of mine today switched management companies. He said, nothing against them. They're awesome. He said, we're just on different paths. You and ask the manager of a Piggly Wiggly to run the Target. That's two different things. And he called me and he said, man, you were right. He said, the backlash. I was like, oh yeah, they'll come out of the woodwork. Every single snake that thinks that he can make money off of you, or everybody that thinks that they know something about music. I'm a real big thing about put your money where your mouth is. If you want to book me, book me. If you're going to book me and you just talk a bunch of bullshit for 3 months and then I'm still sitting here without gigs and you're using my name to book your other artists, I'm not cool with that. That you're not doing anything for me. You're using what I've worked for to help yourself out. That's called germing. G-H-E-R-M-I-N-G, germing. There's a big difference between germing and networking. The people that I have relationships with, I have actual relationships with. I don't just work with them in music or work with them on a stage or work with them on a project. I have them over for supper. We talk on the phone together. We pray together. We read the Bible together. We ask about each other's family together. We go on trips together. It's community, not germing. Where you get into trouble is thinking that you can have a transactional relationship with somebody that you've met 3 times at a show, and then you start asking ungodly favors of them, like, I need this concert ticket, or cut this song, or I've got a new guy that I want you to hear, or can I have this 15-year-old that shouldn't be in a bar open for you tonight? No, because I've never met you. Once we meet, have some lunch, talk about some stuff, yeah, we might be able to collaborate together, but I am not a transactional artist. I'm a community artist. I like to actually have relationships with the people that I work with. Gretchen's one of my best friends in the entire world. Devin O'Day is one of my best friends in the entire world. I talk to Cletus 3 times a week. Wes Ship's one of my best friends in the entire world. I don't say that because they're other artists and songwriters and famous people. I say that because they're my actual friends, and if they never sang another note, I would still go to their house for dinner, and I would still have them over here for Christmas. Come to Eastern North Carolina. I am going to be in Western North Carolina. Get me a show in Eastern North Carolina. Let's Outer Banks. Let's go. But we're going to be in Sapphire. That's right, Starla. So excited. The Fix on Saturday night at 6 o'clock. Going to be exciting. And there's a little meet and greet. And I'm going to have some new merch. And the new I'm Sarah Beth Terry and You're Not stuff's going on the website this week so that you can order it. So super excited about that. Any other updates that I'm forgetting about, babe? Sean planted hostas and they're beautiful. My husband's also got a green thumb. We're a very green couple. Have you noticed this? We love nature. We love to plant things in the yard. He's always out there mowing the grass, or growing the grass, or smoking the grass, or something. I'm just kidding, funny. We like grass. We spread 100 pounds worth of fescue back here. I'm pretty sure we're going to need a bush hog before we can mow it. He was like, I'm going to put some fescue. And I was like, we're going to need a bigger mower. He was like, it's fine. And how many times have we mowed it since we planted it? Probably 20 times. That rain last week, I swear it grew an inch a day. It was like watching a 12-year-old go through shoes. I was like, these fit yesterday. Yeah, we have to do it again. So excited to be at the Fix. Me too, Starla. Yay, Jessica. The new shirts. Wait, do you have the work phone? May I have it for a second? Thanks. I'm going to show them the picture so that they can get excited about what's going to be on the picture. I don't want to watch a video of it. Why does iPhone do you want to see a video of your picture? No. I just want to see the picture. So this, it's going to be the new design on T-shirts and whatnot. I know. I'm so excited. Thank you, darling. So that is coming forthright. Pretty excited. Sue loves plants too. Rhonda feels closer to God in the garden. Thank you. I understand now that we're older why we all find peace in the garden, why older people tend to garden. To me, Jesus even went to the garden. There's a song about it. I come to the garden alone while the dew is still on the roses. I get it. God walked through the garden every evening in the cool of the evening. Like, the garden is where God is. And there's something magical about going out there and seeing something that started from a seed, get a little bitty leaf on it, and then it get this big, and then you have to go buy dirt so you can plant it in a different pot. It is like watching your children grow up. If you could eat your children. If I could make delicious salsa. So, we're getting into a whole different discussion. Lana, I'm just getting into my roses. And I was talking earlier to my friend LaDonna that runs Kim's Greenhouse. I said, question, are y'all going to get any Peggy Martin roses? She said, let me tell you, we're in zone 6, almost 5 up here in West Virginia. We can't have those. I was like, are you telling me I can't get Peggy Martin roses? She said, they just won't live up here through the frost. It's too cold. And I was like, oh. Guess I'm going to have to move to Alabama so I can grow Peggy Martin roses. I said, what about Eden roses? She goes, kind of touching base. And I was like, I want a climbing rose. She said, Tangerine Sky does really good. And I was like, I like it, but I already have one of those, you know? I wouldn't mind having a Virginia Dare rose or an Eden, maybe even, but those are still on the wrong. I'm in zone 5/6 because of our winters. So I have to look up in the rose book what's in those zones, because otherwise I did that last year by accident, and it made me so sad that Sean had to yank one of my rose bushes out of the ground. Was it yesterday? And you're like, it's dead. I was like, I tried so hard. But it was a zone 7, and you can't do a zone 7 in a 5.5/6. You can't. It's like me trying to fit in a medium. It's not going to work. Then give it a try. It's not going to work. The deer are your issue. Tell you what, get you some marigolds. They hate marigolds. Plant those around the border of your garden. Come on down to Alabama. Would love to. Beth, find me a show. You're in Arkansas, Lana. You want a peace one? Listen, I saw a Chicago piece today that was absolutely gorgeous. It almost had like a purple tint to it today. And I thought that was supposed to be pink. There's the Chicago piece and the pink piece and the regular piece. I want the three pieces. And I also want the Queen Elizabeth because it's absolutely gorgeous. But I did get a Dolly Parton today. I already had a Dolly Parton, but they only had one left. And Donna's like, if you're going to get the Dolly Parton, you need to get it now. And I thought, okay, well, I didn't want to. But that's the same amount that I would spend on a hot dog and a candy bar. So I'm just not going to eat a hot dog and a candy bar today. And I got my roast fish. And then I called my accountant. And I was like, I'm buying stuff for my garden. He was like, that's a write-off. I was like, he said, I've seen your garden videos. I've seen your TikTok. I've seen you work in your garden. That's content. And I was like, what if I could get a sponsor? Can we get a garden center to sponsor us? Be like, I'll even put a little placard out here. Be like, these begonias was lovingly donated by Greenhouse. I just wanted to see who would get pissed off at my Trump pants hat. I got this when I stood in line for 9.5 hours to go to the Trump rally in Eastern Kentucky in 2016. 2015, 2016. That's when I met Charlie Kirk. I also wrote about 10 songs that day. Hung out with my best friend Amber in the parking lot all day. Ate some Dunkin' Donuts and some Krispy Kremes. And we went and met Donald Trump. And I thought, I'm going to get this hat because I can also wear it in the turkey blind because I was turkey hunting at the time. And it didn't do me any good because I went out to turkey hunt the first day of turkey hunting season and I hit a tom with my Pathfinder and killed it. And then I just turned around and came back home. I didn't even make it to the turkey blind. I was like, I killed it. I called my buddy Tim. I was like, what do I do? He's like, how'd you get it with what? I was like, he said, did you use a 12 gauge? I was like, I used a 2020 Pathfinder. He goes, I don't know if there's a tag for that. I was like, can I still take the breast out of it? And he was like, yes. He's like, you're just doctoring roadkill at this point. And I was like, but I was on my way to turkey hunt and I killed a turkey. So I think that I succeeded. I never had to leave the car. I didn't get my boots muddy, but I'm still wearing this hat. So, turkey. The groundhog got your cucumbers last night. Oh no, you're going to have to stake them with some chicken wire. Them groundhogs are meaner than a striped snake. We got a groundhog that's great big, and the other day he was sitting out here on his ass with a bag of popcorn. I don't even know where he got a bag of popcorn. He literally was sitting on his ass in the middle of the backyard just watching the chickens. And I was like, there's a $5 admission. He's like, huh? And he ran with his bag. He literally like scrunched the bag and ran. And I was like, what kind of wildlife do we have in this neighborhood? The raccoon was out there in the middle of the day today. Did I tell you this? Sitting on the bed. Looking up on his back legs over at the chickens like, I bet I could jump from here. And I'm like, you can try, but I'm going to hit you with this BB gun. I'll hit you in the head with this pop hat. And God said, and there was light. Tell me God ain't real. Joyce, I said the same thing. I would volunteer as tribute for the 250 celebration. I will sing. I wear my big hat.
Tell them to literally mention you in the comments on that.
Do that. Anything that mentions the 250th celebration of the Great American State Fair, tag me at Sarah Beth Terry. We want to see at Sarah Beth Terry. We want to hear at Sarah Beth Terry. Why don't you call at Sarah Beth Terry? Why don't you have at Sarah Beth Terry sing that Charlie song? Hey, I know at Sarah Beth Terry. Tag me, and after we've got a month to do this. Yep. I'm only 5 hours from DC. I could be there if they called me that morning. So tag me, send them messages. Let's flood them. Let's absolutely guerrilla market this shit to death. And they'll be like, who is this Sarah Beth Terry and why is she at the 250 celebration? And I'll be like, because I'm here, bitches. Happy birthday. She loves Jesus and America too. That almost came up over my head, and I have on my bikini top under this, and that nobody wants to. You didn't even want to see that today. I got some sun though. Look, little sun. You see it? You see it? I know. It's cute. My man says it's cute. So shut up. Don't worry about it. So, you think you found his hole? You might have to smoke him out. Yeah. I've smoked out a few groundhogs in my day too. You're gonna need more weed than you think. It's harder to smoke out a weasel. They usually outsmoke you. The weasel. Do you remember that Pauly Shore was always the weasel in every movie? Weasley man munching on some lunches. I want to be on his podcast. Top 4 podcasts I want to be on. I want to be on Roseanne Barr's. Just because. Theo Vaughn's. What's that guy? Sean Ryan. 3. I'd like to be on, did I say Pauly Shores already? Pauly Shores. That's who I'd like to be on. If I could be on any podcast right now. Because I think we'd have fun together. If you would like to, Tucker Carlson, I don't think that we need to be on the same podcast together. Probably before he turned on us, but. Did I get hot peppers? Yes, I did, Rita Dick Schmidt. I got 3 jalapenos. I know those aren't very hot, but men that make more money than me in bland food, okay? Like, so, I can't do the Scoville real hot because it makes my nose run and it makes my eyes water, and then I forget that I have it on my hands, and I try to take my contacts out, and then I have to go to the ER. So I tried to do a medium heat when I do hot peppers. I did get some Hungarian hot waxes, but I can't touch those unless they're with gloves. I did some Anaheims and some Carolina Reapers, and I feel like I did something else, the Cherry Ghosts, a couple years ago. And I'm telling you, when I made that relish, it was so hot, stingy hot in my kitchen that the cats were clawing at the windows to get out. I was like, this is too much spice. I can't do it. Things were too spicy. I had to calm it down. What kind of sun did I get today? Y'all see that? I got like some like serious sun on my face. I also have chicken feet on my face. Was nobody gonna tell me that I had chicken feet on my face? I got in the floor of the chicken coop a while ago because there was 3 babies out. I know. I couldn't help it. A baby groundhog. They're really cute, but that means they're going to be big groundhogs. So you might want to rehome him now before he becomes a problem. I doubt Bunny would have me on her podcast, considering that she's already called me before. She didn't ask me when she called me, so I don't know if that's going to happen. But then again, I did make a video about her, so who knows. Wouldn't that be funny if Bunny's like, since we've already met, why don't you be on my podcast? I'll be like, well, we'll talk about it. I like to have her to the porch. It's like, yeah, I'd like to play Duke, but I want to do it on my home turf. You know, like, I don't want to go to your turf to play this game. You need to be on my porch because I'm going to have to smoke. It's just how I am. Austin tagged a buck with a Denali on opening day. Oh my God. See, you did the same thing. I was like, I got a turkey and I didn't even get out of the car. It's weird. Thank you, Jason. See, Jason tagged me. Hey, DJ Trump. Sarah Beth Terry, love to play for the country at the 250. Thank you. Thank you. I'll even write a song for the occasion. Send my quincentennial. Could we write a word, like put that word in there? Tabitha, they'll go on there probably tomorrow. I say probably because I have to finish a few more things on my website tonight, and I won't have time to get those loaded and locked, but they should be on there by tomorrow. Yes. I'm not making a promise, but that's my goal, is to have them on there tomorrow. So, that's the plan. I don't know. I just get aggravated when people just should take a few minutes and evaluate a situation before they react sometimes. I've learned something in my 42 years, almost 43 years now. You can't control anything. You can't. You can't control the weather. You can't control other people. You can't control traffic. Those are called variables. You know what you can control? How you react to it. You can control you in that situation. Like, okay, today, got up, got my stuff together, got the house taken care of, got the animals fed, started a load of laundry, headed out to get some dirt. I could have been an asshole at the Home Depot when a woman cut me off in the parking lot. And then I realized when she got out, she was doing really good just to be there. So instead of me being a jerk and being like, did you not see me wait for that parking spot? I waited for her to get out of her vehicle, and I walked a few steps ahead of her, and I opened the door for her. I was like, you're having a hard day. Sometimes you can just tell that people are having a rough day, and it doesn't help to make it no worse. It really don't. Try to make it better. Joyce got a deer with her Buick sedan. My dad got one with a Buick LeSabre once, cut it right in half on the way home from Winchester. Doe was running across the street, and he tried to stop. He was going 75, and that deer just popped out of nowhere off that bank, and it hit the front quarter panel, and it split that baby in half. And I hate to say that because that's graphic and it's terrible. Mom hates that story, but Dad tells it all the time. But he said half the deer was on one side of the car and half the deer was on the other. He said, I still drove for 2 or 3 weeks, but that back quarter panel was a little off. And I was like, that's the most traumatic story I've ever heard in my life. He's like, well, can't stop. He's like, remember, Sarah Beth, your insurance won't pay for it from the hood out. That means you hit the deer. If it hits quarter panel back, insurance pay for it because the deer hit you. Just like when you're slicing somebody's tires, slice 3 of them. You slice 4 of them, they're going to replace all 4. Knowledge. The more you know. Be the thermostat, not the thermometer. That's a good one. You got a deer last night with your 2018 Nissan. The deer got up and ran off. Oh, no, Stacy. I'm so sorry. That sucks. That's one of those opportunities where it did not work out. See, Carissa, I have a very similar prayer, and it's, God, grant me the sativa to deal with the things that I can and the indica to accept the things I cannot. And a hybrid in the meantime. It's the stoner's prayer. The stoner's prayer is, where's my rolling papers? And what were we talking about? Amen. Homecoming night for you, rode your Ranger and tore the deer in half. Oh my God. It's terrible. It's terrible. And I hate it, but bless their hearts, they just ran out in the middle of the road. And I know it ain't their fault, and it ain't your fault either. It's just bad place, bad time, but it still sucks for everything involved. Unless it's the opening day of season and you don't have to get your boots muddy, and then it just works out. So. Junie. Your old man was mown by the river and a little deer jumped up. Oh my gosh, this has been, they're all kind of waiting for Mama in the weeds right now, so watch for rabbits and baby deer. They don't know where to go. They're like, I'm supposed to wait here until she comes back. They're like 80s kids. They're like, I'm supposed to stay right here until my mom comes back. Did I ever see the Gilmore Girls episode where the deer ran into their Jeep? I did not. I never watched the Gilmore Girls. One, because we didn't have that cable channel when I was growing up, and by the time I got to college, all they had was SpongeBob SquarePants reruns, so that's what we all watched. So I was past the Gilmore Girls phase. I don't know why I didn't get into it, but I didn't. That's fair. That's what happened. You know, like, we all talk about that. Like, I was talking about my papaw getting bit by that snake, and somebody's like, that never happened. I was like, well, I sure as hell watched it, and I was there in person when it did, so I'd like to know what the fuck I remember. That's an old wives' tale. I'm like, it had to start somewhere. Just because you've never seen it in real life didn't mean it happened, and just because you weren't there and I was doesn't mean it didn't happen, and just because you think that you know better than me doesn't mean that you do. Sometimes the nice thing to do is just go, well, and just go on about your business. Are they paying you per word? Are you on the New York Times list? It doesn't help that they're delicious either. Chris, you're right. Deer jerky and some backstrap. Don't talk dirty to me. Do not talk jerky to me. We'll talk all day long. I'm glad that you're okay. Stacey, I really am. That sucks. I'm glad that you're okay. It's that time of the year. Around daylight, watch for deer. Around dusk, watch for deer. They're just, and during the day, Lord, I saw one in the middle of the interstate today, and I was like, it is noon. Why is there a deer in the middle of the interstate? Whew. I guess they're just hungry and thirsty. When you live in the middle of Appalachia, you're going to come into contact. Listen, yesterday I was going out to the greenhouse and there was a goose. I'm going to get off here pretty soon, but there was a goose sitting in the middle of the road. And I thought, well, if it was a turtle, I could get out. Well, it just sat there and I was like, so I got out of my car. There was a car behind me. I threw on my flashers. I got out and this goose just walked around me. And I'm like trying to shove it off the road and it keeps going back around, around, around. Then I saw across the fence, its little babies were with the mama, I guess, in the pond, and it was watching the area, and it came at me when I came at it, and I couldn't get it off the road. And the guy behind me is going, "What's going on?" And he's leaving. I said, "We got a goose." Well, he starts laughing so hard. Well, then I finally get it off the road, and I see him behind me in my rearview mirror, and he has to stop and he has to move the goose. So every time that a car went by, this goose is like, "Toll." And I'm like, like, this is the new toll booth operator for the West Virginia Turnpike. It's this damn goose. But it just sat there, and I went back today to get some sweet potato vine. And it was still sitting there. And I was like, "We're not doing this again today." He saw me coming. He's like, "I'll get up." And he just walked across the street. But I was like, yesterday, I literally chased this goose. Like this. Like, I have birds. We're friends. I know a bird. So funny. Anyway. Oh, I see that. I'm so thankful that y'all were here today. I needed this. We needed a little visit. I think I might have time for a little 20-minute walk around the neighborhood and get my legs working for the evening. But thanks for hanging out with us. I just wanted to say hi. It's Wednesday. Typical on the porch. Sorry that we got a little sideways with what's his name. We have to teach him the theme song, don't we? You want to sing it together? Shall we? Everybody. It's okay to not like things. It's okay, but don't be a dick about it. It's okay to not like things. The whole porch says, don't be a dick about the things you don't like. That's the second theme song besides the actual theme song. So, anyway, I love you guys, and I mean that. Keep your Bibles open, your powder dry, and your head on a swivel. Be nice to old people, animals, and children. Love your neighbor if you can. If you can't, give it to God, because he loves you, and I do too. And I'll see you tomorrow right here on the porch. Remember, I'm Sarah Beth Terry. You're not. Good night.